a double socket like the one outside here. Welcome to Asher and Gad channel, making Africa home again, one family at a time. So we're here on site again to give you a site update. There's lots going on. It's quite exciting today because our kitchen cabinets installation will begin today, which is great. There'll be a series of videos to come on the kitchen cabinets because we went through a number of different providers. We went to a company called Launcher. We went to Gala Design in Spintex Road. We did a little bit of research, not too much on Superlock, but we finally ended up with a recommendation from some people on Facebook. And so far, the guy has been really good. He started today, so obviously, you know, the proof will be in his actual work and the delivery of his work. So there'll be more videos to come on that. And also, we will also actually go to his house, which is his office around the Danzuman area, interview him so you guys can see where he is and you know how he started and how long he's been doing it, etc. So a bit like the Nana and the windows. So we'll do a separate video in Danzuman at Rami Bill's place. All right, at Rami's place in Danzuman. Great. So that's to come. So for today, what do we have to tell you about? We're going to give you an update on the filling outside. Talk about some of the electrical fittings and fittings. Some people have been asking me of prices, so let's go around and I'll tell you some of the prices that we paid for some of the electrical fittings and fixtures. So let's have a look. I'm gonna get my price list out to see what we got. So for, let's say, for a double socket like the one outside here, if I've got my price right, this one here is 40 cedis. Okay, so 40 cedis for that double socket with neon indicators and this nice sort of chrome finish, about 40 cedis. All right, go inside here. Let's go to one of the bedrooms. Right, so one of the bedrooms, single socket. Right, a single socket like this here, single socket like that is 25 cedis. Now guys, you will note how the pins are configured. This is 25 cedis and this is universal, right? So it's good to get universal, which can have the standard let's say UK pins, the 3 sort of rectangular pins. It can also have the 2 circular ones. You know, with the non-standard sockets, you've got to push the earth down before you put the 2 pins in, but this one is universal, the 2 pins can go straight in. So for example, if you look at this is 2 pin, goes in here, and it just goes straight in. No mucking about with the earth, it's universal. It can also have the standard 3 rectangular pins straight in here. Single socket, 25 cedis, neon indicator. Obviously when it's on, and when it's off. Very, very, very simple, okay? Let's look at an AC switch. This here is what we call the air conditioning switch. So that is where you put on your air conditioning. Obviously, the air conditioning in itself will work with a remote control, but that switch in itself is 45 cedis. Guys, there's a lot of prices, a lot of numbers today, so I'm sure you can work out the pounds and dollars for yourself. Just divide it by 8 to get the value in pounds, and then when you get the value in pounds, multiply by 1.4 to get the value in dollars. Very simple. That is 45 cedis. Okay. Now, let's look at a typical 2-gang, 2-way light switch. This light switch here. Now, for those who don't understand what gang, 2-way and 2-gang means, this is 1 gang. Okay. This here is 1 gang. So this here is another gang. Okay. So this box here is called a 2-gang light switch. Now, this particular one is 2-gang 2-way, meaning, for example, Two-way means I can switch this bedside lamp on here, and I can also walk over here, oops, and switch it off. Okay, so I can switch it on here, switch it off there, so that in the evening, Krista doesn't argue with me, you know, and we all can operate the lights from both sides of our beds, right? Isn't that right, Chris?
Yeah.
Exactly. So these are 2-GAN switches, but they're 2-GAN two-way, meaning you can operate it from both sides. Okay, let's look at our bathroom and walk-in closet. Let's come in here. These fittings up here, surface mounted fittings, okay, and they let me see, let me just check the price properly, 60 cedis. Each of these is 60 cedis, okay. Now guys, this is something that you need to be careful of. When you're going around selecting your light fittings, you need to make sure you come around in a step. Check what surface is concrete and check what surface is POP. Okay, this here is actually a concrete ceiling. You just painted it white. Okay, the POP is just a design around the edge. Okay, when you have a concrete ceiling, you can identify it because there's like a rosa box. If Chris shows them this, you see this box in here? Yeah, that type of box, you see that type of box in the ceiling, just like this is a concrete wall or block wall. So that type of box, when you see that type of box in the ceiling, you know it's a concrete ceiling. And if it's a concrete ceiling, then your light fitting has to be the surface mounted type. Okay, let me just hot in here. The surface mounted type, okay, because you have surface mounted light fittings and you also have recessed light fittings. Okay. Recessed light fittings are the ones that go into the ceiling, into the POP. For example, behind us, okay, these here up in our our recessed light fittings, recessed luminaires, like the one in the corner as well, recessed, okay, it's recessed into the POP and the surface of it is flush with the POP, nice and smooth with the POP, okay. What else do you have to bear in mind? When you are installing your POP, make sure that you have enough gap between the POP and the concrete ceiling, because the light fitting itself has a height to it. Typically, let's say 100 mil, yeah, 100 mil. So obviously you need to make sure, and it's standard practice, that you have at least 100 mil, obviously much more, between the POP and the concrete ceiling, so that your light fittings can easily recess into that space without clashing with the concrete, all right? You also need to have enough space there for proper air circulation, because all these light fittings, you know, they have, if you like, their drivers, let's say, or their assembly above it, and that assembly needs to have ventilation, so that it doesn't stay too hot, all right? Unless obviously the hotter it stays, then the less life you get from your light fitting. If the light fitting is supposed to last 25 years, it may last 20 years or so. So make sure you have enough gap so you can get enough air movement going on. All right. This connection here, up here, is for a ceiling fan. All right. We're not installing the fans yet at all. So we just called up the cables to do that in the future. All right. Let's go in here. This is a walk-in closet. And again, similar type fitting as the bathroom. Is surface mounted. You can't really see because it's bright light. So I'm going to turn it off. If I turn it off and you come in here, you will see that the light is on the surface. Because you've got a projection of the light from the ceiling, because this is a concrete ceiling, right? So it's not the same as the one in the bedroom, which is on the POP. Surface mounted, and you can see that there's a projection from that. Okay. Okay. Now let's go into the kitchen to see what we have. Before we go into the kitchen, these fittings here, they are 3-in-1 fittings. So let me see if I can put them on. Those ones. That's the LED strip. Right, the LED strip. Let me see if I can get the price, guys. Bear with me. Where are we? Right. So Right. So guys, for 100 meters of LED strip is 25 cities. All right, 25 cities, which means it's 25 pesos a meter. Okay, so for 100 meters, 25 cities, that is the LED strip. Okay. Right, now what happened? These 3-in-1 lights, they've got 3 functions. So this is the bright white, I believe. When you switch it off and switch it back on again, it gives you a bit of a warmer white. When you want to really go to bed and you want the warmest light, it gives you another warm bright light and another warm light here. Okay, those are 3-in-1 fittings. Now let me just calculate the price. We bought it as another total. We bought 13 of them. If I can find Crystal's calculator. We bought 13 of them, and there was 855 cities as a total. So each of the 3-in-1 is about 66 cities, okay? 66 cities for one of those light fittings. And we bought most of our electrical items from New Lucky Electricals, okay? And again, don't ask me for contacts, just Google them. All the contacts are online. Everything is there. You can check for yourself if you are interested to go there as well, but there are many other places as well to choose from. All right, okay, I think we'll go into the kitchen to see some prices over there. So guys, here we are now in the kitchen. So come and see our kitchen, lighting. We've got, these are surface mounted, okay, these are recessed fittings, these are all recessed because it's all in the POP, nice and bright. Okay, we've got a bright LED strip here as well, which is bright white. And we've also got another light in this little pantry we have here as well. But this particular one is surface. Okay, if I turn it off, you see the projection from the surface. So that's a surface fitting. Okay, but the rest are all recessed. These are about 20 watts each, and then obviously you've got the LED strip around it. When our kitchen cabinets are installed, the kitchen cabinet, the underside of the top cabinet is also going to come with an LED, a bright LED light, which will run all alongside the underside of the top cabinet, so that we can have enough lighting on the top of the bottom cabinet, if you like, on our worktop, enough lighting on our worktop, and that will have an easy, simple 3-pin plug, which you just plug into the socket to give us extra lighting in the kitchen, because Crystal loves a lot of bright lights. Yes. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about the prices of some of these items. So another AC switch. We talked about that already. What's up? Oh, the laptop. Oh, interesting. So that's a Snag. So that's obviously a Snag, guys. I just switched this. The neon light did not come on. So when the electricians come back next week, this will be a Snag, because that light has got to come on to indicate that there is power on. Obviously, if there's power on, you can see the light coming on here. You can see that light coming on here. That's what you want. So that's a Snag, and we'll pick that up next week for the correction. Okay, so this here is your typical kitchen socket. Okay, there's all come on here. This here is about, let me see, 50 cedis. So that's 50 Ghana cedis. Sometimes there's a pipe in here that will connect directly to your cooker if you want that type of system. Okay, now let's go outside briefly and have a look at the photocell and the gate lights, so I can tell you how much those cost, and then we can talk about how far we are in the laterite. Okay, let's have a look at that now. All right, let's go. So guys, this is the gate light. Okay, it comes on with the photocell, as I mentioned in the last video, just like the external fence wall light fittings. Quite a nice luminaire, as we call it. It's 250 cedis. Okay, there you have it. The photocell, which I'll show you now, I think I showed in the last video, the photocell is is 80 cities. Okay, so let's have a look at the photocell. So guys, this is the photocell. Okay, photocell 80 cities. Okay, when you cover it, the lights come on. Okay, my hands are. But in the evening, this is what causes both the gate light and the external fence lighting to come on. That's 80 cities on a single photocell. This here, guys, external fence wall light, same thing as the gate light, comes on in the photocell. That cost is 80 cities. So simple calculation in pounds, that's £10 or about $14 US. Okay, that's what that is. So I think that gives you a general overview of the cost of electrical fixtures and fittings, for your own comparison when it gets to your turn. Let's go around the back to show you how we're doing on the laterite filling of the ground. So guys, if the lovely Crystal pans around, for those of you who have been watching our videos over the last 6 months or so, you will notice a big difference in the level of land. All right, so we've done some significant filling of the laterite. Okay, so there's a lot going on. We've bought 10 trips so far. We were estimated at 12 trips, and I remember reading a comment from someone saying, "Oh, boy, if you're not, you need far more than that." And it's looking that he was right, whoever said that, made that comment. So thanks for that. We were estimated 12 trips. We've done 10 so far, but it's looking like we probably need another 3, if we're not lucky 4. So the estimate, I guess, wasn't too bad. It looks like we're going to need about 13 or maybe 14. All right, so it's all being filled up nicely, to a high enough level at the back, and then it will slope towards the front so that any rainwater from the mountain stays on the road, and obviously the local municipality will have to sort out the road drainage as well, which they're actually beginning to do. Surprisingly enough, we have some new gutters that are being constructed not too far from us, and the rumor has it that it's going to come all the way down here as well. So that is a blessing, a real blessing, because it can really get flooded on the roads sometimes. Guys, let's talk about earthing. Let's just look here. A couple of last things I'll point out to you. Right. So this pipe here, guys, contains an earth electrode, or a let's say a 4-foot earth rod. Okay, that particular earth rod is for the electric fence. So it comes up here, and that will connect to the negative wires. Okay. Now the reason why, if you can see, if Crystal zooms in here, you'll see the earth rod in there, just at the top of it. All right, that's it there. Yeah, that's the 4-foot earth rod. Okay, 4-foot earth rod is about 150 cedis where I bought it. Okay, now the reason why there's a pipe over it is because when you're filling, you need to identify where it is, because once you finish and you put your final landscaping, whatever your landscaping is going to be, that this will have a purpose-made cover on it so that you can access it in the future for testing purposes, or if anything goes wrong, whatever it may be, you need to have a purpose-made cover so that it can be accessed to the final landscaping. And I came around a couple of days ago, and unfortunately one was covered by mistake, so I had to get them to remove the sand to access it again. So this is another reason why it's good to be on site, to make sure that, you know, things don't go wrong. All right. The final thing, guys, that I want to show you, final couple of things really, is to go to the unoccupied plot, and then Crystal, I'll put the camera to Crystal, and she can tell you what plans she has for the unoccupied plot. We have future plans which are not particularly ready for, so she's going to tell you about our temporary plans, aren't you, Chris?
Yeah.
But let me first give them the price for the waterproof sockets. Oh, okay, let's just do it here. As Crystal pointed out, and as one of the subscribers pointed out as well, this socket is exposed to the elements, so we've changed it out now. All right, and here we have waterproof sockets, you know, IP65. Cover lifts up, and then you just put it in, and there you go. All right, so these are 155 cedis. Okay, 155 cedis for the waterproof sockets, as against a normal socket, which is about 40 cedis or so. 155 cedis. So bear that in mind. All right.
Hi guys. Yeah. Thanks, Kingsley. That was a brilliant job. You're talking us through everything. Okay, I'm quite happy they're doing something here. They're filling this place up. Like I said before, I'm gonna have a little open kitchen over there.
Right.
To the sink area. Sorry, to the tap area.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, because we're not ready now to construct the swimming pool and the other structure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We would like to use the land for some other purposes. I like to plant loads of plantains and bananas, avocado. We'll see how it goes.
Avocado. I like avocado.
Avocado. And then what's pawpaw?
Pawpaw.
Yes.
Right.
I like to do that.
Awesome.
On the unoccupied plots.
Okay, that's great. So
yeah, they're gonna clear that place, won't they?
Yeah, they're gonna clear that place. I need to get the guys to clear all the wood and which actually can be sold. Some of them are good. Can be sold locally. Clear the metal work. And what are you going to do in that specific corner there where we're going to put the black soil and the cow dung?
So over there I'm going to be planting lots of vegetables, leafy vegetables, like ugu, lettuce, cabbage,
scent leaf,
and also herbs. I love lots of herbs. I'm going to be planting those there. And yeah, I think that's what I'll be doing for now. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Eat from the land. Independent. Eat from the land. Drink from the land in terms of the water, if you like, or use the water for the land, however you want to use it. Solar panels to come. Power from the land. Complete independence. Off grid type of living, if you like. Awesome. Okay. All right, guys. Well, one thing. Let's zoom into the borehole. Somebody was asking the other day. So, guys, you can see that we've lifted the borehole by a couple of blocks to the level of the landscaping, and there'll be a cover on to that before the final landscaping comes. So guys, thanks for watching this episode of Asher and Gad. As usual, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button so that you always be aware when we upload an educational video for your viewing pleasure. So from you, it's
Kemesia.
guys, Yebeshia. See you next time.